Very helpful advice here from Steve Clark. Apparently we need to watch out for the threat of Harry Kane against Spurs. Never would have crossed my mind. Hello and welcome to part 2 of Chelsea. It's Chelsea clearly, and today clearly we have a bit of a challenge on our hands. It's the first game of the season. Tottenham, not the easiest, because actually they do seem to be quite good this season under Jose Mourinho. He seems to have got them together, but that's in real life. This isn't real life. This is a fictional universe which does not really correspond. So it's going to be interesting to see how we get on. We're at home. I mean, they're currently 17th in the table alphabetically, so that's a I'm taking that as a positive. It's not how I would have liked to maybe start things, but we'll see what we can do. Pre-season is over, as you can see there. I would have liked it to maybe have gone a bit better. Basically, I forgot that there was an international break before the first game, so we had another friendly scheduled, but then none of the players would have been there, really. At least none of the players I would have really wanted to play. So just cancel that, because I mean they would have got fitness from the international matches anyway, hopefully. So only 3 games, but they were all wins. But this is, of course, as you know, completely meaningless. So despite the absolutely massive influx of players that we had in reality in the summer, I have made a few signings and also a few sales just to balance things out a little bit, just to make sure we've got enough coverage throughout the entire squad. We've got a lot of matches to play, so we want to be prepared. Whether we are or not, you'll see in a minute. In terms of sales, the only one who has gone at this point is Baba Rahman, who I forgot was still here, and you probably forgot even still existed. He's 26. Not the most glorious career turn for him to join the club, really. He's gone to Dinamo Kiev, £5 million. It's a big loss, but I mean, he was never going to play. He was on 88 grand a week, so at least that's now gone. Now the other sales haven't gone through yet. Potential deals to sell Willy Caballero to Real Madrid for, what is it going to be, 1.2 million? That's not the help right. It's 1.2 million, which I think for a 38-year-old whose contract's up at the end of the season is probably, I mean, any more than $1 million for a 38-year-old, I think I'll take that, to be honest. He's the same age as Petr Cech. This way, Cech becomes third choice. Mendy and Kepa, that's more than fine. And then Cech is third choice, we'll take that. Caballero, we don't really need him. And the other one is a bit more substantial, although again a player we don't really need, and that is Marcos Alonso, who attributes-wise is actually really good, and I would say far better than he is in real life. He should not be this good in terms of composure or decisions. Definitely not 14 decisions. But anyway, this is what he's like. We've got 3 left backs. If we keep him, obviously Chilwell is first choice. I rate Emerson more than Alonso. He's 29 years old, and Arsenal have bid for him. It's one of these weird loan to buy bids that I don't really fully understand. I think they will pay us. This doesn't really tell me anything. Why do we get to this? Go back to here. I think what it is again not helpful. Okay, well that's not very helpful. I think what it is that we are going to get roughly 23 million if he plays, I think, 20 games, and there's potential add-ons as well. Well, he was signed for 23 million, so I think that's probably a good deal for a guy who's not going to really be playing. I mean, maybe we should be playing him. Looking at him there, he does look quite good. Just compare him with Emerson for a second here, just to see if he's really all that much better. I mean, you'd arguably say he is. But, oh well. I think I just trust Emerson more, just for a variety of reasons. Now, we have made 3 signings, 3 sort of classic start of game signings. Andrea Perpetti has joined as a sort of budget wonder kid available, signed from Brescia, 1.8 million, centre back. We don't really need another centre back, but he looks really quite nice in terms of attributes. Good potential, good resale value, only cost 1.8 million. He's not quite Sandro Tonali, but I mean, a worthy signing. Now, this isn't a particularly original idea. Other people have been doing it, but we needed another deep line playmaker, really, because Billy Gilmore is injured at the moment and he's not really particularly ready to, I think, play too much in the first team. So I wanted to get someone else in, and we signed Jack Wilshere on a free. It's Probably not the most sensible one in terms of his injury record, but I just think there's something about him. I think in this system, in the deep line playmaker role, if it works, he doesn't really need to do any running. He won't need to do any running. He can literally just sit there, spraying the ball around across the pitch. He's not unnatural in the position, but I think his passing and vision are good enough for him to be able to do this. He might not play very many games because he'll probably get injured, but he's on a free, 28 grand a week. There's not really any risk. Similar lack of risk, similar injury record is Victor Fisher, though. The former Ajax star, former Middlesbrough flop, Victor Fisher has joined for the budget price of £650,000. For that price, couldn't really say no. I wanted to get another winger in, just because we really only have three. We can play Werner and Mount on the wide areas, but it's not what they're really there for. Fisher, though, is a winger, either-footed, only really natural on the left, but he should be able to play on the right relatively well, if he is either-footed. Some nice attributes. Again, questionable injury record. The scouts said he had one. Apparently he doesn't. But either way, for the price we've paid, we should be able to get at least some kind of profit on him, even if he isn't really that good. So obviously we still have quite a lot of time until the window closes. We've got 15 million now to spend with Rahman's departure, potentially more if Alonso ends up joining Arsenal permanently. Not too much in the wage budget, so I don't know. I might get another fullback in just to sort of as a fifth choice on loan, because then we don't really need to worry about them getting annoyed if they don't play, whereas Alonso would, and also would depreciate in value, whereas Aloni wouldn't. I mean, we could apparently get Nelson Semedo on. I don't know why all these teams are just suddenly making their big money summer signings available for transfer. Makes no sense. We've got our first press conference before a match of the season. There's a lot of people here. There's three people, notable journalists, 11 in total. Lots and lots and lots and lots of questions. Lots of questions. We're encouraged to answer questions on the opening day of the season. I mean, I suppose we better go to this one then. I'm not going to show you it all because it seemed like it could be quite tedious. Well, apparently everyone's at least encouraged by what I was saying. I wasn't really paying much attention, but I mean, thanks guys. Thanks for coming here. Mourinho takes high road following Grant's comments. I don't remember saying anything about him. He's trying to rile us up. I mean, I've not said anything to you, Jose. Okay, first weekend of the season, and we are the first game of the season, the lunchtime kickoff, probably on BT Sport or something like that, against Tottenham. I mean, it could have been worse, I suppose. At least we are at home, but nevertheless, a tricky opening fixture. We've got a tactical meeting. I mean, I don't want to do any of this. Nothing I want to change for now. This is what we're going to go with in terms of the setup. For this one, we will tweak things as we go. Now, as we are at home, we are going to go with this system rather than the more defensive one. I do want to go with this one. Try and start things off on a broadly balanced note. The team is not looking particularly sharp. I think the international fixtures kind of affected them somewhat. Would have liked to have had a couple more friendlies. Probably should have done that. That was my fault. So our first lineup for our first competitive game in charge. Mendy is of course going to be in goal. Emerson's going to be at left back. Ben Chilwell has recovered from his injury, but only just. He's nowhere near sharp enough to be starting this one. I don't even want to risk him from the bench. Tomori and Silva are going to be the centre backs for the time being. Reece James is going to not start. We're going to go with Azpilicueta in this one. I want him just for his experience on that right hand side of the defence. Jorginho, Kante, Havertz to the midfield. Ziyech and Pulisic are going to be the wide options today, with Timo Werner up front. We're going to go with wingers for now. Could maybe see them becoming inverted wingers at some point, depending on how things go. But we're going to try this, see how things work. It's not very positive, is it? Need to be more positive. It's going to be amazing. Jack Wilshere's on the bench. We're playing Spurs. He's obviously got experience of that. Right, love this little graphic. Very nice. See the little team sheet looking very good. Some nice design choices this year. And also I can just ignore my assistant manager. Just literally tell him to go away. Spurs lineup is pretty much what you'd expect. No new obvious signings that they've made in this game world. Let's see how things get on. Now, team talk. Timo Werner is looking very aggressive, which Wilshere as well. He's absolutely riled up. And Tamori. Okay, we're fired up. Let's see if we can fire them up even more. We're going to pump fists, and we are going to say we're the favourites. Are we the favourites? They love it if we say we are. Let's just go out there and do it. We're not doing the tunnel interview. Go away. I should have pressed. Well, I'm just going to the game. We're going to the game. Right, here we go. In the match for the first time. We're going with 2D and 3D replays. For now, the 3D does look a lot better, it's fair to say, but we're going to stick with this for now. Just because I like this. I like the dots. They're nice. Not that you can really see either of them, because absolutely nothing's happened. There you go. That's the first half of our professional managerial career gone. Chelsea 0, Spurs 0. I mean, absolutely thrilling stuff. XG, we are doing slightly more, apparently. Not that we've seen it. Not that we've seen anything. But, I mean, there we go. So far, so good, I guess. I don't want to get too aggressive with them, because I can't really judge anything, because I haven't seen anything. We're not throwing the water bottle yet. Not quite bad. I think hands in pockets. I'm not too pleased. A bit nonplussed, really. Not happy with the performance, I guess. Silva seems demotivated, which isn't great. But I can't really judge it because I haven't seen any performance. We've got a free kick. Finally a highlight. It was very brief. Very brief indeed. I'm not sure quite how. I think my screen is quite small. It does kind of compress this in a bit. We can get rid of this. Can shrink that in. But then I like having it there because then we can make some substitutions easily. The time is absolutely going away. And nothing is happening. I don't really want to sort of risk all that much because the point isn't that bad against Spurs really, but let's see if we can make a change. Some people are not playing particularly well. Kai Havertz not had a great debut. Mason Mount is going to come on for him. No one else really playing amazingly well. Mendy's apparently on a 6.4. He hasn't done anything. What's he done to deserve that? I thought goalkeeper ratings had improved this year. Apparently not. Apparently not. Right, well, Mason Mount's coming on. No further changes at this time. But we are going to demand a little bit more when it will let me do that. Would help if I didn't pause the game. Demand more. Anything. Anything at all. Anything at all. I mean, the XG is better than Spurs. But still, I feel this game is there for the taking. But then at the same time, if we switch to this, perhaps, then it will just sort of all go wrong. Let's try and switch the wingers up. Inverted winger on support for Pulisic and inverted winger on attack for Ziyech. We'll go with that. See how that works, and then let's maybe. I mean, Mendy's on a 6.3 now. What has he done wrong? He hasn't done anything wrong. Werner's coming off for Abraham. And yeah, we'll go with that. 10 minutes left. Can we do something in this one? Opening game of the season. We've got a highlight. Kante pressing on. It's bounced to Aspilicueta. Ball cut in. Jorginho's shot went straight away. Emerson's been fouled. And have we got a penalty? VAR is checking. Is it going to be last year where it's always a penalty? Yes, it is. I've never been so thrilled to see VAR. Jorginho puts it away. The patient approach. It's not been entertaining, let's be honest. But it's paying off so far. Lovely to see the fans there. Lovely to see Jorginho didn't do his hop, skip and a jump. Spurs are on the attack. We've managed to get it away. We're countering at pace. Kante's in. Not the man you want on the end of that one. It's a fine save from Lloris. We've got a corner. Suddenly, the game has come alive. We've had more highlights in those few minutes than in the entire previous 80. Free kick from Ziyech. Headed away. Gareth Bale is away. Dele Alli blazes over. It's not going to be Spurs. I'm not going to finish that sentence. There's still 5 minutes left. We've got one more sub to make. Aspilicueta is coming off. He's looking tired. He's played well though. Reece James is going to come on. Right, it's going to take some getting used to this. I don't know where I'm clicking, but what I do know is that is that full time. Chelsea 1, Spurs 0. There we go. 3 points. It's not been especially exciting. XG 1.43. We restricted them to 0.31. They actually had similar kind of shots to us, similar shots on target, but not from good positions. Dominating possession, good pass completion, not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. I'm going to take that. But our fantastic performance according to XG. XG total was far greater than our opponents. I've just worked that out for myself. But thank you very much, Jody. I really appreciate it. So what more can you say other than that was very, very good. I'm going to outstretch my arms, and that was a good win for us, lads. Well done. Potential banana skin, potential tricky opening fixture against Tottenham Hotspur, but we come out on top. A clean sheet, 3 points. Not pretty, but, you know, inspired by Mourinho. There we are, absolute scenes. Drink it in. Top of the table. No one else has played yet, but I mean, we'll take it. An 84th minute penalty from Jorginho. What more can you ask for? Thiago Silva, it's the debut he's dreamt of since he was a boy. A 1-0 win at Spurs, thanks to a VAR-induced penalty. I think I just got tricked into doing the post-match press conference because it was literally just after it. You didn't get any say in it. I'm gonna have to get used to the new menus. I feel it is slightly clunky. Maybe that's just me. Willy Caballero is off. He ends with some memorable moments in a Chelsea shirt, but 1.2 million Real Madrid. I don't think he's too bothered. Now this is another post-match question. Jose says the late goal was entirely undeserved. We're absolutely responding to this. Absolutely complete nonsense. Did you see the XG, Jose? Did you see it? I did. Bitter pill to. I pressed the wrong one. Oh no, that means that I said they were better. That's not what I meant at all. Oh, well. I mean, he's won the mind games there. Important note for the future, make sure you read before you click. I didn't want to say that. Now it looks like we didn't deserve to win, which we kind of did. Everyone else has played. No draws in the opening weekend of the season, and thus we are now in 10th place, despite the fact that we did win. It's a long season though, and I hope you will join me for the rest of it. We will be back next time. Not quite sure what for exactly. Champions League draw is going to come in at some point. That will obviously move some of these things around. Some potentially interesting games against Leeds, Man City, West Ham, Fulham as well, local derby, to pair with those. We will see what is generated by that draw, and we'll be back next time for some more action. 2 games. Hopefully we can continue our absolute hot streak of late wins, and if there's any more transfers I'll let you know, but I think other than Alonso going, maybe getting someone else in on loan, probably not really all that much. But thank you very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, anything else, any support is always appreciated, and I will see you next time.